They erased names, rewrote history, divided families, poisoned communities, and sold lies as freedom, Black America. How many generations must disappear before we finally wake up?
They told us entertainment was enough. They told us surviving was winning.
Meanwhile, schools decline.
Communities suffered, and another generation grew up disconnected from history. Black America,
wake up before they bury another generation.
teach the children truth before the system shapes them.
Learn the history they tried to erase from education.
Whoa.
Build unity,
Build ownership,
build ownership.
build stronger foundations.
Black America,
Wake up,
before they bury.
whoa, another generation.
They took Africans from kingdoms and villages, packed them inside slave ships, chained them for months across the Atlantic Ocean. Millions died before even reaching American soil. Families were separated forever. Children were sold away from mothers. Men were beaten for reading books. Women were assaulted without justice. Slave owners built wealth from free labor, while black bodies were treated like property under American law. After slavery ended in 1865, freedom still did not arrive equally. Black Americans faced black codes, lynching, segregation, and Jim Crow laws. Schools were separated, neighborhoods were separated, hospitals were separated, voting rights were blocked through intimidation. Literacy tests and violence, entire black towns were burned to the ground, like Tulsa in 1921, where successful black businesses were destroyed by racist mobs. The government created redlining policies that denied black families home loans and wealth building opportunities. Highways were built through black neighborhoods. Factories left cities, and unemployment rose. Drugs flooded communities during the crack epidemic, while prisons expanded across America. Sentences for crack cocaine were far harsher than powder cocaine, even though both were forms of the same drug. Millions of black men disappeared into prisons, while families struggled without fathers and sons.
They told us entertainment was enough. They told us surviving was winning.
Meanwhile, schools declined.
Communities suffered, and another generation grew up disconnected from history. Black America,
Wake up before they bury another generation.
teach the children truth before the system shapes them.
Learn the history they tried to erase from education. Build unity,
Build ownership,
build ownership.
build stronger foundations.
Black America,
Wake up before they bury another generation.
the civil rights movement brought change through sacrifice. People marched, protested, and died, demanding equal treatment under the law. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and many others spoke about education, economics, and self-respect. Yet decades later, many black communities still face underfunded schools, police violence, poverty, health disparities, and limited access to opportunity. Social media spreads distractions faster than knowledge. Music corporations profit from promoting violence, division, and destruction, while ownership stays in the hands of executives far away from the neighborhoods affected by the messages. Black consumers spend billions every year, yet much of that money leaves the community instead of circulating to create businesses, jobs, and property ownership. History is often shortened inside classrooms. Many students learn little about African civilizations, invented scientists, or economic achievements. Some grow up believing slavery is the beginning of black history, instead of understanding the depth of African cultures before colonization. Without knowledge of history, many young people lose identity, direction, and confidence.
Communities cannot survive without fathers present, mothers supported, children educated, and neighbors united. Political promises alone
will not save future generations. Real change requires discipline,
Financial literacy,
education,
land.
ownership, voting awareness, and community organization.
Wake up now,
Study the past now,
protect the youth now,
build the future now.
before another generation
Disappears into prisons.
poverty, violence, and hopelessness.
About 30 seconds,
Every
guys.
generation
About 30
receives a
seconds.
warning. Every generation faces a choice. Remain divided and distracted, or rebuild families, knowledge.
And economic strength together.
Black America.
The future depends on what happens now.
History already showed the consequences of silence.
Division and ignorance.
The next generation is watching and waiting for leadership.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Antifa War Room. My name is Rig, aka U.S. Army Overlord, aka Union Gang, and we are multi-streaming. Tonight, we're going to be talking more about the Secretary of War Crimes, the cult that's still following him, and but the problem is, a lie may have speed, but the truth has endurance. Period. The truth has endurance. And so, as much as Trump lies and his ally lies, all this shit is coming back to catch up to him right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in these streets, guys. The Honorable Reverend Al Sharpton is leading a march in D.C., protecting our voting rights, because all this shit is happening. I believe it's also happening in other places. So I will be out there, boots to the ground, with my fuck Trump flag, doing what I do. So we'll be out there early tomorrow morning. I believe it kicks off at 9 a.m. So if you guys want to see us, you can meet me there. All right, meet me there. We'll be boots on the ground. And without any further ado, let's hear from the best vice president in history, Vice President Kamala Harris.
By the way, he votes by mail from Mar-a-Lago, but he doesn't want you to vote by mail. Hey, everybody. Just this week, the United States Supreme Court backed up the president's agenda. He's trying to make it more difficult for you to vote by mail. By the way, he votes by mail from Mar-a-Lago, but he doesn't want you to vote by mail because he knows you're paying attention. Context is so important. Gas prices are up. Food prices are up. He got us in a war that the American people don't want, and he is worried he is going to lose the midterms. We are 2 months away from the midterms. Get out and vote. Let's get everyone out to vote. They are cheating. They are trying to cheat, and we have got to turn out in big numbers and be too big to rig. I'll see you out there.
Straight up. Fucking love Vice President Kamala Harris, man. And like I said, she ran the best campaign I've ever seen. I never donated to any presidential campaign, not even Barack Obama. But I damn sure threw my money at Kamala. I believed in her. I still believe in her. Nothing has changed. The only thing that the 2024 election showed me is just how fucking racist and misogynist this country is. And how a lot of motherfuckers still suffer from apathy. So this next message really goes out to Black people and really allies and accomplices. I need you to listen to this powerful Black woman who's about to speak next, because you need to understand, if you want to dismantle this system, you got to have a motherfucking strategic vision to do so. Because sitting out elections and throwing tantrums and shit ain't it. This shit got built over centuries, and it's going to take a concerted effort to destroy it. Let's get it.
I didn't vote because Kamala was no better than Trump and she supports genocide, or I voted third party because I wasn't going to vote for either of them. So I sat back and I handed that vote to what we are seeing unravel now. Listen, if your strategy for dismantling a broken system is to surrender your political power because both sides are bad, I need you to understand something, please. Disengagement is not dismantling, and dismantling a system is not the same as pretending you can escape it overnight. America was not born innocent by any means. This country was built through indigenous dispossession and mass killing, the enslavement and commodification of African people, stolen land, stolen labor, racial terror, the oppression and exploitation of women, and generations of laws and institutions that decided whose humanity mattered and whose did not. We are seeing that today. So when I say that the system needs to be dismantled, I am not talking about blindly trusting a political party. Not one bit. I am talking about strategy. You do not dismantle centuries of organized oppression by becoming politically absent. You do not defeat organized power with disorganization. And you do not throw away every imperfect tool available to you because none of those tools alone can liberate us. Voting alone will not save us. I'm not saying it will. Neither will protesting alone. Neither will boycotting. Neither will mutual aid, education, organization, community building, economic resistance, or telling the truth. You use every tool that you have. You vote when voting can protect people. You protest when silence becomes complicity. You organize when institutions refuse to protect you. You feed your neighbors when systems abandon them. You educate children so another generation cannot be manipulated by the same lies. And you build something new while fighting like hell to protect people inside what currently exists. Because here's the part we have to understand. Two things can be broken without being equally consequential. Saying that neither political party represents liberation does not mean that every administration, policy, judge, law, budget, or election produces the same consequences for human beings. Recognizing those differences isn't worshiping a party. It's understanding power, because sometimes disengagement doesn't punish the system. It abandons the people most vulnerable to what the system does next. And we are actively seeing that. We have to be able to hold two truths at the same time. This system is broken. And what happens inside that broken system can still determine whether somebody eats, receives health care, keeps bodily autonomy, remains with their family, maintains their civil rights, or survives. That is why dismantling oppression requires more than ideological purity. It requires strategy. If the house is burning, I can know that the entire damn house needs to be rebuilt while still putting out the fire in the room where my children are sleeping. Those things are not contradictions. That is survival. A mother puts on her oxygen mask first because she cannot save her baby unconsciously. You stabilize what you can today because surviving today gives you another day to fight for transformation tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? And ultimately, I don't want a different person comfortably sitting at the top of the same violent hierarchy. I want us to question why the hierarchy exists at all. I want something beyond white supremacy, beyond patriarchy, beyond colonialism, beyond exploitation, beyond an economy capable of producing unimaginable wealth while human beings struggle for food, housing, medicine, clean water, and dignity. But we are not going to get there through political apathy. We are going to need memory, education, coalition, voting, organizing, protest, mutual aid, economic power, political pressure, community, imagination, and discipline. Because the people who built oppressive systems did not build them by doing nothing. They organized power, right? They wrote laws, they built institutions, they accumulated wealth, they controlled narratives, they captured political power, and they constructed systems capable of outliving the people who created them. You understand what I'm saying? So if we intend to dismantle those systems, we must become just as organized around humanity as they became organized around power over humanity. Not cruel like them, not oppressive like them, not dehumanizing like them, but strategic, relentless, mindful, intellectual, empathetic, collective, and fiercely human. Because revolution is not simply destroying what was. Revolution is protecting people while we build what should be. And dismantling a system is not pretending you can escape it overnight. It is understanding it so deeply, organizing so strategically, and loving humanity so fiercely that eventually the system can no longer survive us.
tell you, this is precisely why they fear powerful black women. This is why. Because there's nothing like an energized, powerful, intellectual black woman, period. And if you want a key to the revolution, that's it. Black women are the key. You want a key to a better America. Black women are the key. Why do you think Project 2025 went after black women so tough? They did it because they want to tear down. Listen, your boy studied all that shit, right? Dr. Roberts, he studied black history. He was a history major, but he had concentrations in black history. He studied resistance movement so he can come after it. That's how dedicated these demons are. And we need to match and exceed their energy. This is a fight at every level. Every level should be fighting. The educators should be teaching revolution. People out here in the streets marching, boycotting, organizing, everything she said. And also being armed because they still lynching Negroes in the South and lying about it. And so you have to be ready to have your own patrols out there. You cannot trust them demons with badges and guns. You need to be heavily armed and ready to use that shit. That's how you do it. That's how it's done. It's a total warfare effort. We must seize power within this government, hold those accountable, do what must be done. And when they come at us, match and exceed their energy. Match and exceed their energy. This shit is already falling apart for them. Only his cult members still think he's doing a good job. His numbers are in the toilet. He got in a stupid ass trade war with Canada. Mark my words, he'll backtrack and go to orange chicken and probably within the next 90 days. I give it that. If he lasts 90 days. It's always something. Remember, everything he does, when the heat turns up, he lashes out and do stupid shit. So having a trade war with Canada is just stupid shit. Because he don't want to talk about the Epstein files. He don't want to talk about the war crimes they're committing. He don't want to, Pete Hegseth names are numbered for all the shit he did. And I need you to understand that these cult members, they're not going to get it. So don't waste your breath on them. The last stop was, hey, I see you out there, kid, good shit. Listen, the last stop really was January 6th. That was the last stop for the Trump train. That was the last stop for reasonable people. Anybody who support Trump an hour after January 6th is beyond redemption. That's how we should treat them. There ain't no sense of fucking debating their ass on Jubilee or wasting their fucking time. We have to simply outmaneuver them. They are the ops. They must be treated as ops. We must defeat them and go on to our primary objective, which is get these people out of power. The Supreme Court has to be revamped. Judges across this country need to be stripped of fucking lifetime appointments because, especially in the South, it's just lifetime of corruption. They're all fucking politicians at this point anyway. They need to be treated as such. But we need people in power who are willing to do this. And you're not going to do this just holding people's hand. Right? You're not going to get that. So
I didn't vote because political those be
court, tax fraud, illegal
strategically and loving humanity so fiercely that eventually the system can no longer survive us.
All right. Now, as you guys know, Hakeem Jeffries is in the hot seat because he was out here meeting with crooked ass Kushner. I need y'all to understand something. We can hold Democrats' feet to the fire. The fact that he went from, Hakeem the Dream to AIPAC Shakur, you got to turn the heat up on him. Clearly, he upset about this meeting because this meeting was bullshit. But I'm going to drop a video so you understand exactly just how motherfucking corrupt the Kushners are. Not just him, his crooked ass daddy too, that he has in this administration. These guys are the reason for the affordability crisis. So you're not going to really bullshit us and piss in our face and tell us it's raining.
More people should know this name, Charles Kushner. You probably know his son Jared married Ivanka Trump, but here's the part most people never heard. In 2004, Charles Kushner was convicted in federal court, tax fraud, illegal campaign contributions, and something so dark it barely sounds real. He hired a prostitute to seduce his own brother-in-law. He filmed it, Then he mailed the tape to his sister to stop her from cooperating with federal investigators, his own family, as a weapon. Federal prosecutors called it one of the most depraved witness tampering schemes they had ever seen. He went to prison. Then in 2021, President Trump pardoned him. Full pardon, clean record. And then, just this year, Trump nominated Charles Kushner to serve as the United States ambassador to France, one of the most prestigious diplomatic posts in the entire world. The Senate confirmed him. Federal convict, presidential pardon, ambassador to France, all inside the same family. This is not a rumor. This is the public record.
Straight up. So these guys don't give a fuck about the rule of law. Trump already had some of the worst pardons, and really, in my opinion, the worst pardons in history. When he pardoned Blackwater, when he pardoned all these war criminals, that lets you know then that he was rewarding bad behavior. He was rewarding people who broke the fucking law, who broke the Constitution and was oath breakers. He should have never been back in power again. But because America is so fucking corrupt, and they got so many people out there, like I said, look how Mr. Glitch played everybody. Right? They did not give Obama the picks for the Supreme Court. And the fucking Democrats refused to play hardball too. It is about seizing power. That should be it. That should the number one goal. Seize power from these demons and punish their ass. Everyone out there that was on that bullshit, they all got to be rolled up. All this fucking theft of taxpayer money. Elon Musk, the world's richest Nazi, all of them, they all have to be brought to justice. And if Hakeem is not the man to do it, then we need to put a motherfucker in there who gonna do it. We know that fucking Schumer ain't gonna do shit. He compromised too. So we have to push out the moderate Democrats, the weak Democrats that don't want to fucking fight. If you're not trying to put these motherfuckers in jail, because what we don't want is that shit show we had with Garland up in here, wasting people fucking time on all this performative shit. He couldn't get nothing right. He did not get none of this shit. None of that shit they found down there in Mississippi, and they punished one cop for all that dirty shit. Wasting everybody time. If you're not gonna lock these slave catchers up for the shit they doing, then what the fuck are we talking about? You let these fucking red states break the law, and you won't cut their fucking funding off. But Trump will do that shit in a minute for you. Look how he purged the military. Look how he purged the federal government illegally. So everyone needs to be ready for what comes next. And listen, financially, it's only going to get worse.
Just to give you a sense of how bad the economy is, CBS News, their streamer, where we've figured out they can sneak journalism through, and Barry doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to their streaming platform. They analyzed this new, this is a report on this new analysis about the true nature of unemployment in this country. Functional unemployment is how this group looks at the economy. It's their own specific formula, and it's laid out here in the CBS News reporting.
According to data from the Ludwig Institute for Shared Economic Prosperity, the true rate of unemployment was actually at 24.9%. Now, the economic research firm looks not only at unemployed workers and those searching for a job to capture a real look at the labor market, but also those who are something called functionally unemployed. Now, that includes those who are involuntarily working part-time and who are earning poverty-level wages, or less than $26,000 annually, and that's before taxes. So CBS Money Watch reporter Megan Cerullo joins me now. So what does the unemployment rate measure versus that functional unemployment?
The official unemployment rate from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which we all rely on as an indicator of the health of the labor market, measures the share of workers who are 16 and older who are looking for work and don't have jobs.
Got it.
So it's very blunt. The creator of this other alternative measure, which captures the share of workers who are functionally unemployed, includes those workers as well as workers who are involuntarily working part-time. So they want full-time jobs. They don't have them. They may only be working a few hours a week, as well as those workers who are earning poverty-level wages. It helps explain the chasm between the two figures, the 4.1% and the almost 25% of workers who are characterized as functionally unemployed. And it's because it includes these folks who can't afford nutritious meals and maybe don't have adequate shelter. Its creator, Gene Ludwig, told me that, you could be homeless and have worked 1 hour for the past week and you'd be considered as having a job.
I thought that was a shockingly informative segment from CBS News on that particular state.
So we've been knowing, guys. We've been knowing that these guys are going to lie about everything. Being underemployed and being underpaid, that's what they really want. That's why they want to use Schedule F of Project 2025 to destroy government workers who were protected. They want to put everybody at will. They want everybody to be at will status so they can just fire you for any fucking reason and make you go out here and fight for scraps. Well, you have to know what the big game is. Project 2025 been out there, and I believe the answer to Project 2025 is the Great Replacement Theory. We need to replace them. We need to become their worst fears. Calling these terrorists is not going to change shit. You're not going to debate them. Our ancestors did not pray our way out of fucking slavery. We did not. We fought our way out that shit. And everybody needs to be ready to do their part. Fight at every level of this. The level of corruption is really a problem. That the people just, the streets are not on fire yet. People seeing corruption like they've never seen in their lifetime. And they accept that shit. ICE out here raping young girls and getting them pregnant. Because they have rapists on the team. 80% of people in Ohio from ICE have criminal backgrounds, to include rape and rape of children. And the reason that people are not putting their hands on stakes, I don't know. The fact that you still allow these people to break the law and break the Constitution and do all this illegal shit. At some point, it's going to have to break. At some point, listen, I'm not saying you got to torch every fucking street, but at some point, motherfuckers say, well, that's it. We're not working no more for next month. We shutting this shit down. You're not getting another goddamn dollar of labor out of us. Slaves ran the fuck away. They left them plantations. They left them bitches high and dry to pick their own fucking cotton. And they couldn't do it. That's why the Civil War kicked off. At some point, you got to realize this shit is cooked. If you let these racist ass billionaires stay in charge, they will destroy everything around them. They will destroy your children's future. They will make this fucking money worthless. They will poison the air and the water with fucking AI data centers and fucking flock cameras. Flock cameras everywhere. But you can't find a motherfucking Negro that's getting lynched in the South. But these dumbass cops can go back here and stalk their ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends and go harass citizens. But they can't fight no motherfucking crime with it. Right? You can go out here and stress people because they buying weed in legal states and come sweat them. But you can't solve these fucking murders that's happening. And all these children are disappearing. Flock cameras ain't doing shit about that though, right? That's why that flock shit's gotta go. It's gotta go, man. We have to fight back against this system. Fuck an AI data center. Fuck your rent and your fucking utilities going up by 30 to 50%. Fuck that. Fuck the greed. It is time to eat the fucking rich. Use a guillotine if necessary. And so my message is for the people, the 75 million people who voted for Kamala Harris, the people who really understood what was at stake. That's what this message is for. I'm not here trying to convince fucking MAGA. I left them alone after the 2024 election. I said to hell with that. I was over it. I'm not dealing with it. It's a lost cause. I don't talk to cult members. We're too far in the autocracy for the bullshit. Either they will wake up on their own or they just become another casualty of this shit. So be it. We got to work with the willing. And we got to consolidate power. And we got to fight back against this fucking system. Period. So I'm going to show you guys a video that you've already seen. They're going to drop more snippets tomorrow. But I want to show you one of these guys' response, a Marine response. And then we'll get into the rest of this.
That man is a clear and present danger to the United States. Period. He has done more harm to our nation's security than any Secretary of Defense that I am aware of through entirely our 250-year history. He is not competent. If you read his book where he says, we're going to give no quarter, we're not going to have any rules, those are the words of a potential war criminal. As a retired Major General with 36 years of experience. For me to say that of a Secretary of Defense, I never, ever thought I would ever say anything like that.
He's going to have to be held accountable. There's no honor in killing children. And he is a disgrace. Look at this disaster. You have Army soldiers coming home in body bags. Instead of just owning up to this, they lie.
That is not what makes America great. It's not. That's what makes tyrants and despots and dictators great.
Trump wants a military that's more loyal to him. And that's why Hegseth has this position. He wants the military that's more loyal to him than the Constitution. Hegseth, he has to go. Every day that he stays in there, you're gonna lose more soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Imagine a general having to listen to this fool talk. It makes my blood boil every time I hear him.
So, one of the comments on the video, that video is already going viral. I think it's posted like 600,000 views, over 100,000 likes on the collaboration we did. Now let's take this guy here, right? He says in shape 365, notice his caption, Jesus Christ, family, Marine, right? So all of this bullshit. So we cannot forget about the religious zealots that are here. He says, actually, he's wonderful, right? He thinks Pete Hegseth is humble. Bless him and Trump. So I'll let you know, these represent the people that vote for genocide, that vote for all the hatred and the racism, because they think I hide behind white Jim Crow Jesus. And that's why I tell you, they are oath breakers. Like this man right here, they full of shit. They sit here, it's always these fake ass Christians that's so blind, deaf, dumb, and blind. Pete Hegseth ain't no fucking Christian, and neither is Donald Trump. But then again, he may be, considering all the raping and shit, because don't forget, these same weak-ass Christians took their children to watch us get lynched. Like it was a fucking Olympic sport. So I don't doubt he may really be a Christian, because y'all really be on that shit. Right? Y'all really be on that dumb shit. So whatever it is, I don't give a fuck about Jim Crow Jesus. That shit had its time, you can have that shit. I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I want nothing to do with what fucking slavery tried to give us. Because I damn sure don't want to share no part of heaven with Ashley Babbitt or fucking Charlie Kirk or Rush Limbaugh. Keep that shit. If them weak motherfuckers in heaven, keep that shit. I'll walk my own path. I don't have time for the mindless bullshit. Straight up. It is what it is. And I understand that may hurt your feelings over there, because I guess this guy's over here misinformation. Listen, man. The reason why, I don't know why you here, bro. I ain't here for you. I don't give a fuck what a cult member thinks. We do not care, man. Because you like Fox fake ass news or One America News or Newsmax or fucking Sinclair, that's nothing but propaganda. And the facts go remain the facts over your bullshit feelings. But let's get into it, man. Let's see just how well the military is holding up under this onslaught.
There are a couple different ways you could look at the war right now. You could accept the White House's version. Donald Trump insists that Iran wants a deal and that the U.S. controls the Strait of Hormuz. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner, says that negotiations with Iran are robust, and Trump is outright dismissing concerns about conditions on the USS Lincoln as fake news. On the other hand, you could choose not to accept the White House's version, which they are offering no facts to back up their views. Reports overnight say a ship was hit on the Strait of Hormuz, damaging the engine room and causing a crew casualty. The Wall Street Journal says American officials are worried Oman could help broker a nuclear deal that is more favorable to Tehran. That is on top of its reporting that Iran is looking to now expand the war, as Trump says Tehran should put up the white flag of surrender. And the Pentagon is now admitting that a Navy destroyer was without power for 4 days last month, leaving the crew without drinkable water, meals, running toilets, or air conditioning during that period of time. Joining me now to discuss, David Rode.
And so once again, Pete Hegseth is surrounded by three things: overt racism, open corruption, and sheer fucking incompetence. The fact that you got ships out here breaking records, that they sitting out here without power, We've been at war for 20 years. So we know how to resupply ships. We know how to rotate people out in a war zone. They do not know what the fuck they're doing. This is what happens when you replace a 4-star black general with a part-time major who has more experience raping women than he does leading soldiers. This is what you get. This is what the hell you get.
Now senior national security reporter, and Peter Baker still here. Okay, David, day after day, the president keeps saying things like the Strait of Hormuz, it's open, everything is great, the U.S. is in control, and now we have another ship hit overnight and a crew member dies.
It is not open. The Trump effort to reopen it has failed. And then the other strait here, this is how the war is widening, is in the Red Sea. There's fighting there. It's another Wall Street Journal story about traffic being slowed down there. 4 sailors were killed on a ship in the Red Sea last week. So the president's narrative, according to the sources I'm talking to, and just basic fact, is false.
Peter, right now Oman is negotiating with Iran over the strait. And in the midst of that, we talked about it yesterday, the president threatened to bomb the you-know-what out of Oman, a U.S. military ally, for almost 50 years. I don't know how else to look at this, but that the United States is trapped in this war, and everything the president is saying and doing just isn't rooted in fact.
Yeah, it's so striking. You're right to point that out. We've gotten so inured to a president who is willing to say and sometimes do almost anything that somehow we've lost the capacity for shock. But in fact, to sit there and just sort of randomly, almost cavalierly threaten war against a country with which we have friendly relations is, in fact, a striking moment. And it tells us something that he wants to be belligerent with the countries that have been friendly to us. At the same time, he's once again talking about how he has such great respect for Kim Jong-un and North Korea, and he wants to stop military exercises because it's so mean to North Korea, which, by the way, has something like 60 nuclear warheads compared to 0 right now in Iran. And he says the whole point of the Iran war was to stop them from getting a nuclear weapon. Well, on his watch and on President Biden's watch, North Korea has expanded its nuclear arsenal substantially without any kind of action or, consequence from the United States. You have a president who seems to think that Kim Jong-un is his friend and Oman is not.
Okay. We've been talking about this for days. We've been covering this story on this network for weeks. We now have the families of sailors on board the Lincoln furious that the president is dismissing their concerns about the conditions on the ship, saying it's fake news. And now we learned that a destroyer was without power for 4 days. What is the American public supposed to make of this?
That the U.S. Navy is under tremendous strain, that previous administrations maybe didn't build enough ships, to be fair. But this is just an unforced political error by President Trump. There's no need to belittle these
going
sailors.
to war?
Well, there's the strategic error, but the
also
political...
an unforced political
correct.
error.
And
yes.
Sorry, just on Oman, they're angry at the Omani foreign minister. I interviewed him right before the war started. He said the Iranians are willing to negotiate. And the administration rejected that advice. This was February 27th. I interviewed the Omani foreign minister.
And I also want to interject, man. If you want the wars to stop, quit funding the fucking war machine. What has it gotten us? What has all this war gotten America? You just look back at the 20-year war on terror. What gains that we make for going over here to fucking Iraq, for overstaying in fucking Afghanistan for 20 years. The Taliban controlled that shit when we got there. They control that shit today. And we knew this. We wasted all this fucking money, trillions of dollars gone, tens of thousands of body bags, hundreds of thousands of people that's never going to be the same again. And what good did it do? And now you're giving that power to demons. It's worthless, man. It's a waste of time. So if you want to stop all these dumbass wars, then we need to cut all this military funding. Stop the war machine. Stop the fucking war machine. Take that money back and invest in infrastructure. Tell the rest of the world America is taking a break from all this fucking imperialism for a while. And we're going to let the world heal. You ain't got to be out here with all these fucking aircraft carriers and stealth bombers and next generation, because they ain't going to help you no fucking way. You're not winning no wars. We damn sure didn't win in Iraq and Afghanistan. So how the hell you go win in Iran now? You're not going to. You're just going to send more sons and daughters to their deaths, following morons. So we got to start thinking strategically. You got to get these war hawks out of there. There ain't nothing wrong. We still can have the world's most powerful military. Ain't nobody coming to America. That's just a bunch of bullshit. Ain't nobody sailing across the fucking ocean and fighting our damn ships across the ocean, a logistics nightmare to go invade fucking Arkansas, another third world country. It's not happening. America's biggest threat is demons. People right here who want to fucking have a king. Because I'm sorry, man. My enemies are not in Iraq and Iran. My enemies are not in fucking Mexico or El Salvador. My enemies are white demons who want to bring back the fucking Confederacy, who flying the Confederate flag, who renaming the bases after fucking people who enslaved us. That is my enemy, and that's the enemies of black liberation. Our fight is here. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic, it's a domestic enemy that is here. People wasting time trying to make all these weak-ass wars, and it has done nothing but make the country weaker. Now, you made Halliburton rich as fuck. You made General Dynamics and Dynacore and all that shit. You made them motherfuckers hella money. But at the end of the day, it's not doing shit for us. It's not doing shit for the average person, man. Because guess what? They not sending their kids to these fucking war zones. I did that shit 5 times. Nobody in Trump family is fucking served. But you got his ass up in there. He don't give a fuck about people dying and coming in body bags. He said you suckers are losers. He does not understand what selfless service means. So we have got to get the weak people out of power, man. We got to get these greedy ass billionaires out of here before they kill us all and burn down everything and won't be nothing left. We got to get their ass out of power, man. And we got to stay laser focused on what that means. It's really a damn shame, man. It's really a damn shame. And so, listen, people are leaving. People are leaving. I told y'all they will leave, man. They are leaving because they're tired of following illegal orders. Can you imagine getting the orders to fucking sink a submarine or use a submarine to attack a ship that has no weapons? Imagine getting that order. Why do you think the submarine warned them to abandon ship? If we're really at war, why would an American submarine warn an Iranian vessel that we're about to attack them? Because they knew the motherfuckers wasn't armed. It was an illegal order, man. The same way they blowing up these fishermen and killing them. You can't murder children and think you go get away with that shit. Because the people who pulling the trigger, you're not wiping that blood off of you. That shit stay with you forever. So the ones who doing it, you just destroying them slower. You just destroying them slower. So don't be surprised when you got all these people come back here and all kind of shit spike up in this country. Because if you can get somebody to kill children, they can do whatever they want to do. And so it is what it is. That's the problem. That's the problem we're having right now, man. We need to get the corrupt out of power, and we need to try to save this country and save this fucking planet. Because once the air is cooked, once the fucking water is cooked, it ain't gonna matter no more. And so, listen, let me tell you again, man. These guys over here talking about drug dealers. Even if they were drug dealers, which they're not, you can't kill a drug dealer. So let me tell you something anyway. Since y'all talk about drug dealers, drug dealers don't make a fucking dime off of me. Period. They don't make a dime off of me. White people keep that shit going. Because you can't keep that shit out your nose. Y'all motherfuckers made the cartels great. Only thing the cartels did was give a supply and demand. Y'all motherfuckers want to stay high. And I get it. You listen, it's tough being in this capitalist society. So you want to escape. So you use drugs to do that shit. But see, they turn the war on drugs against black and brown people. Knowing damn well, man, that you use that to put us back in these prisons so you can get some more slave labor. All drugs should be fucking, all that war on drugs need to cease. Because you talk shit about the drugs that come here, but do you talk about the guns that we send south? We destabilize all those countries. We destabilize all those countries. We send the guns south, our money and our guns go south. They don't fucking have machine guns like that in Mexico. They got that shit from Texas. Sorry, bro. I know you and your feelings, man. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, hey, the stats will happen to your per capita. White people use that shit, bro. And you can't have it both ways. Black people only make up 12% of the population. Ain't that fucking lie you always telling yourself? So white people own that shit, bro. Period. I mean, I hate to bust your fucking bubble. The CIA did hella dirt. They gave away LSD and gave people LSD secretly. Use that shit on black prisoners. You ain't got to believe a word I'm saying. Just go look up MK Ultra. Go look up Operation fucking Midnight Climax. The fuck you mean, man? America doesn't give a fuck about the war on drugs. Half them bitches coked out Don Jr. You know what's coked that motherfucker doing? Please. It's bullshit. And so we're not worried about, listen, man, the Republic is ours. I hate to bust your bubble. The Republic is ours. We're not bending the knee to no fucking fat ass Orange King or his weak ass cult members. I don't give a fuck, bro. Listen, I'm going to break this shit down to you again. We whooped your ass in the First Civil War. All right, no matter what you tell yourself, that you can lie to yourself, white boy, and tell you that these good white people, Jesus came down and they decided to just quit doing evil shit to black people. You raping motherfuckers and not stop raping black people until we made you stop. We made you stop that shit. We did not pray our way out. We did not vote our way out that shit. We whooped your ass on the battlefield. We left. We left out of there. Go look up Nat Turner. He still got the 1v1 record. 60v1. Hey, long live Nat Turner. He set the gold standard on dealing with demons. And that's just the facts, man. Because obviously you lazy motherfuckers haven't learned nothing. You still want to blame Negroes for your fuck-ups. But what would you be without us? What would you be? Where would America be without black people? It would not exist without black people. You fucking welcome. Slave labor made this motherfucking country a superpower. Slave labor did that shit. And you could, even after the Civil War, even after you got your ass kicked, you continue to do it anyway. And other weak people in power let you do it. Wasn't even a liberal democracy until you passed the Civil Rights Voting Act. And you're not a liberal democracy anymore because you destroyed the Voters' Rights Act. The problem when you get your news only from propaganda, you don't see what's happening in the rest of the world. The United States of America is not even a liberal democracy anymore. We're now considered electoral democracy, sliding towards autocracy faster than any other country in world history. And that's what happens when you don't pay attention to what the fuck is happening out here. Motherfuckers yelling freedom, 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 but you losing that shit in broad daylight. In 4K, your freedom's being stripped away from you. Listen, you think they just using ice on Negroes and brown people? Didn't they blow that white girl brains out? Or you don't give a fuck? Didn't they smoke a dude who was legally armed? I thought you motherfuckers was about the Second Amendment. I thought y'all gave a fuck about the Second Amendment. These boys smoked a dude on the ground who was legally had to carry. Now, all of a sudden, see, the same shit they use against us, they gonna use against your ass because you poor, man. See, y'all got it fucked up. Rich white people use that racism to keep poor white people in check. That's the issue. That's the issue. So it is what it is. And while you talking about Democrats, motherfucker, the Ku Klux Klan were conservative. You still got the same model, America First. Where do you think America First came from? The Klan said it best. All of the America First shit, the Klan said it better. Conservative men. You don't care about the party switch? I don't give a fuck about the party switch either. Who got the Confederate flag today? Who is praising Robert E. Lee today? Who is changing military bases back to the Confederacy today? Weak-ass conservative men. Period. Weak-ass conservative men did that. And I don't care what you call yourself, Democrat, Dixiecrat, Republican, MAGA, it's the same shit. The Ku Klux Klan today is just as conservative as it was back then. Who does the Klan fuck with today, bro? The Klan votes Republican. Ever since Democrats gave black people the right to vote, racist white people left. I know. Hey, the switch is only a myth in your mind. Listen, I'm not here to convince you, bro. I don't give a fuck what you believe, dude. You're a cult. You're a cult. You don't even know reality, bro. Imagine that shit. Who the fuck got the Confederate flag today? And go. Who got the Confederate flag today? And listen, hey, I'll do you one better. Let's make the Klan illegal right now. Let's ban the Ku Klux Klan right now. Everybody in favor of banning the Ku Klux Klan, put a 1 in the chat. Hey, everybody who is ready to ban the Confederacy, ban all Confederate flags, destroy all Confederate monuments, put a fucking 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Right? Now, hey, don't talk me to death, man. If you ready to destroy the Confederacy and outlaw all them evil motherfuckers, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Hey, I don't see ones coming from the Confederacy. I don't see ones coming from the Confederacy because you know what you are. Right? Yeah, you know what you are. Ban the Confederacy today. Wipe that shit out. Hey, dig up them traitors and throw them in a volcano. Ban the Confederate flag, all forms of it. Ban the Ku Klux Klan. Arrest everybody in the Klan today. And let me tell you why you won't do it. Because you have to go get the motherfucking police down there in Mississippi. You got to go get them racist ass judges down there. You got to take your ass to the Supreme Court and find the fucking robes with them motherfucking demons. You have to go after the Powerpuff Boys and all of that. So it is what it is. Hey, listen, I don't have to see how I react, man. I tell them, hey, they get mad. Hell yeah, you're right about that, Violet. They get mad when they see that damn flag get torched. So I'm just giving you the facts, guys. Listen, don't play me to death, man. Don't play me. Ban the Ku Klux Klan then. So if you against the Klan, then let's be against. They're traitors. They should not have no place in history. They should have no place in history. So why are you defending that shit? If you can't put a 1 in the chat, then you with the Klan. Right? I say every last one of them should have been strung up. Every last one of them should have been strung up. Wipe them from the timeline. There should be no Klan members in this timeline. There should be no white supremacists in this timeline. So then we ain't got to worry about who started it. Let's end the Klan together. How about that, baby? See? Hold on. Here's his thing. He said, ban BLM too. See? So what's the problem, bro? Now you're told on yourself, bro. Now you're told on yourself. See, I told your ass, bro. See, I outmaneuvered you. So clearly you don't care about a party switch. You don't care about a party switch, bro. I just said, let's ban the Klan. Every real American should have no problem getting rid of the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan is a mortal enemy of black people. Right? And so, but now, okay. So now he's saying, the communists destroy history. That's why y'all destroyed Black Lives Matter Plaza, man. Missed me with that shit. So is that why y'all demolished Black Lives Matter Plaza down there in D.C. and then put up that treasonous-ass statue of Albert Pike? Right, so we've been knowing, bro. We know who the ops, man. Listen, I don't know why. At least your ancestors had some backbone. Fuck, dude. Y'all so pussy. Listen, if you are with the Klan, rock that shit. Rock that shit. Right? Go on out here. Go on out here and take your mask off, man. Don't be out here in public with no mask, man. Show your face. Own that shit. Say, hell yeah, I'm with the Klan. Hell yeah, I'm with the Powerpuff Boys and Oath Breakers, and we tried to overthrow the country. And long live MAGA. Just say that shit. See, you want to do this shit, but don't want to be exposed. You don't want to be 10 toes down on it. I'm Black Liberation Forever. The first flag I carried was a big ass Black Lives Matter flag. I'm in this shit forever. It's Black Liberation Forever in this bitch. And you will catch me out here tomorrow with that shit. I will be on that same Black Liberation energy. Because we ain't no motherfucking cowards over here. I don't have to be out here with 400 white boys marching with a police escort. That's the difference between courage and all that performance shit y'all do. All right, let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it.
Leading the talks, February 28th, President Trump chose to bomb. So that's why they're mad at Oman. But it is a basic political error to belittle the families of sailors and belittle sailors who are out on these boats for 12 months at a time. And we are unable to resupply them. Why? Because Pete Hegseth hid the fact that Iran destroyed the main resupply base that the United States has in the Gulf. He did not make that public in press conference after press conference. And that is, again, the way that they have mishandled this war. But just why would the president belittle our service members and their families? It just makes no sense to me politically.
It's astounding. All right, Peter, new but related topic. Jared Kushner, who we just need to remind our audience again, is not a government employee, just met with both Hamas and Netanyahu about the Gaza peace deal. Is there any indication that there was any progress? And of course, we need to remind our audience, Jared Kushner has had a very close relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu his entire life. As a child, when Netanyahu would visit New York, he would stay in the Kushner home in New Jersey in Jared's childhood bedroom.
Yeah, whether he resents losing his bedroom for that or not, we don't remember. But Jared Kushner is an odd figure here because you're right. He's not a government official. He's somebody who's in the private sector who's doing business in the Middle East, has billions of dollars of investment from the Saudis, is running around the region, making deals. At the same time, he's serving as an effective envoy for the president of the United States to Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas, interestingly enough. Now, remember, it wasn't that long ago, you and I, Steph, are old enough to remember when the president announced that he's got a deal between, Hamas and ending this Gaza conflict. That was so far ago that we can't even remember what that deal was like because the Israelis rejected it. Hamas didn't agree with our definitions, and that seems to now be off the table. So we're trying to get something back on the table. Now, it is interesting and important that the administration, in the person of Jared Kushner, is not giving up. It's still trying. It would, the question of whether they're committed to trying to find some sort of a peaceful resolution in the Middle East is important. And they should be, we should take note of that. But what Jared's doing and what he's offering, the different size and what, authority he has from the president of the United States, his father-in-law, we don't really know.
Yeah, my question is he committed because he actually wants to help create peace in the Middle East? Or is it so he can get the bulldozers in there to create the Riviera a la Gaza?
Facts. Look, man, we know Kushner's been crooked from the beginning. Hey, Kushner has been crooked from the beginning. How the fuck he get that $2 billion from the Saudis? Open corruption, man. Out here buying off Telemundo, pushing propaganda. It is what it is, man. So we know they've been doing hella dirt, guys. That's why Hakeem Jeffries should not be unless you subpoena his ass. There's nothing for you to be talking about to him. There's nothing to talk to Elon Musk about. Elon Musk is a Nazi, and he did illegal shit. He illegally fired all those people. He stole our fucking data. And what are y'all gonna do about it, Democrats? So that's the thing. Appreciate you out there. All right, what are y'all gonna do, Democrats? Y'all gotta be on there, man. And that's why I say, ain't nothing wrong with holding his feet to the fire. This is Hakeem Jeffries, man. He went from Hakeem the Dream to AIPAC fucking Secure, man. All this bullshit. You couldn't stop a bill with Charlie Kirk's name on it? A white supremacist? Are you supposed to be black, Negro? You had me fucked up then. So there's nothing wrong with getting on his ass. We are not in a cult. I don't give a damn what I've always been independent. I can never support the Republican Party again because now I see what they really are. How the fuck can I afford to support the Confederacy? But what we can't have is weak ass Democrats in there either, playing the same game. This patty cake shit, then you go back to normal. There is no normal. Trump has set the standard. Whoever replaces him need to do every fucking thing he did in reverse. If you can destroy U.S. aid with a pen, with an executive pen, you can destroy ICE with a pen. You can destroy the CIA with a pen. You can go eliminate the white supremacists and the FBI and make that a whole nother organization that's not so pushed by this. you can go out here and strengthen federal protections for federal workers so that you're not at the mercy of any regime that comes in office. That's what you need to be doing, man. And that's how you be wielding your power. So we need to come for the Supreme Court. And eventually we have to come for the Constitution itself. Let's just keep it real. Listen, these people think they slick. We know what they really after. They want the Constitution in its original form. Because the Constitution in its original form puts us back in slavery. I mean, they're not hiding that the motherfuckers had a split vote on the 14th Amendment. We literally fought a fucking civil war over this. How the fuck do you get 9-0 to ban TikTok, but you have 5-4 split decision on the 14th fucking amendment? Birthright citizenship. How the hell is that coming to question? Because you have a Supreme Court that is compromised, bought and paid for by right-wing billionaires like Harlan Crow. And we have to do the work. We have to roll up our sleeves and do the work that's required to dismantle that shit. And yes, it's gonna be ugly. And yes, they go scream and cry about that shit. Motherfuckers gotta go to jail, man. Or something worse gonna happen. We must purge the corrupt out. I don't give a fuck who they are. If the Democrats doing dirt like that, get their ass out of there too. In fact, release the Epstein files. We can start with that shit. Let's get the worst of the worst out. I don't give a fuck of Oprah on that bitch. Round her ass up. Right? Hey, that's what you start with that shit. Start with the worst. Start with the perverted billionaires and eat your way down. Notice Dolly Parton was not a billionaire. Long live the memory of Dolly Parton. She set the gold standard of what it means to have integrity in this bitch. She did not let the fame and the fortune corrupt her soul. If there is a heaven, I'm sure she in that bitch teaching the angels how to sing and teaching them about humanity. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about Jim Crow Jesus and the shit y'all make up on the fly. Straight up. Long live her. Straight up. That's what we need to be on. So I want to jump in here and let y'all check out this next video before I open it up. If you guys want to join the conversation, jump on TikTok. They got the most people in. I think we got like 200 people in on that. So jump on that app. U.S. Army Overlord over on TikTok. Put a 1 in the chat. Put your request in. We'll bring you up when we start really breaking down what's happening with the Secretary of War Crimes. But listen, he's in the hot seat now, and there's nothing he can do about it. Right? There's nothing he can do about it now because, like I told you, a lie may have speed, but the truth has endurance.
I would encourage every single member of this committee to talk to lieutenants and captains and majors and colonels and sergeants and staff sergeants and sergeants major and specialists who are doing the job right now on the front lines or across the country, and they have seen a sea change in the environment and the morale and the spirit in their formations.
Hey again, everybody. It is 5 o'clock in New York, 2 o'clock in Los Angeles. I'm Jacob Soboroff in for Nicole Wallace. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth can tout his leadership all he wants. But according to new reporting from MS Now, the sea change those actually inside the ranks of the military are experiencing is not a positive one. This is a quote. Nearly 6 months into the United States war with Iran and a year into the Pentagon's decision to launch deadly strikes to kill alleged drug traffickers, the number of service members seeking a formal discharge from the military as conscientious objectors has skyrocketed, according to two groups that helped them file their applications. MS Now spoke to 5 troops who want out of the military because what they saw in recent months challenged their moral beliefs. The reasons they cited included being ordered to violate international law, seeing the civilian death toll as a result of American military interventions surge, and their concerns over extended deployments with no clear mission or strategy. The Defense Department did not reply to requests for comment, but those accounts add to the picture of what the New York Times reports as an army that has been left, quote, essentially rudderless, thanks to Pete Hegseth. From that Times report, it says this: the Army has not had a chief of staff. The service.
Hold on. My man upset over here. He's like, MS Now is their source? Bro, I got multiple sources. What are your sources? So, have conscientious objectors have that increased 6-fold? Yes or no? Do you deny anything have you heard right now? You don't have to sit here and attack the source. Go look it up for yourself. Don't you got a fucking phone? I mean, if you got a smartphone, use that shit. Right? Use a smartphone. You can see that shit is happening. What do you want, bro? What did you think was going to happen when you got sailors out here on breaking records at sea? For what reason? We're not even at war like that. Right? America has not declared war on Iran. And we damn sure have our allies in this. We went to war because Donald Trump was tired of Benjamin Netanyahu getting better coverage at 3 a.m, and so we launched a war to get up in there. And that is from the right-wing people who followed him, right? And the book is called Regime Change. You ain't got to fucking quote me. Just go go get the book Regime Change. Notice Trump is not denying that shit because they're his reporters. They making their money selling the truth now. So it is what it is. Let's get it.
His top officer since Mr. Hegseth fired General Randy George without explanation in April. And there are no signs that he is close to filling the position, said current and former officials speaking anonymously. Mr. Hegseth has forced out at least 3 senior officers who had been viewed as potential successors to General George. The turmoil comes as the Army, the military's largest service, faces its busiest period since the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Army air defense soldiers are playing the leading role in defending U.S. troops in the Middle East from increasingly sophisticated Iranian missile attacks.
And like I said, I'm an air defender. And we watched horrified as those Patriots failed to knock down those fucking jets or knock down those fucking missiles coming in. Not that the Patriot was designed to shoot missiles anyway. For those who know, no. Right? It was always designed to shoot down enemy aircraft, but when Saddam had those Scuds, they had a couple successful misses or hits, and so they really started to make missiles hitting missiles. But you cannot win this shit with missiles and bombs. Wars are won on the ground, they always have been. And leadership matters. If you have morons at the top, then you degrade your own military. Pete Hegseth has done far more damage to the military than any enemy soldier. Period. That's just facts. Facts over your feelings. He has done more damage, more lasting damage with his racist ass policies, with his homophobic ass policies, with his fucking transphobic and misogynist policies than any fucking IED or flying fucking bomb. And plus, he's a fucking moron. That's why people are in body bags right now when they shouldn't be. He doesn't even know how to fight a war.
The Army's command in Europe is providing critical intelligence and other support to Ukraine as it fights to hold off a larger Russian force. And that is where we begin this hour with MS Now Pentagon reporter Priya Sridhar, who broke the story on those service members raising the flag that they are being asked to violate international law. Also with us, military analyst, retired Lieutenant General Mark Hertling. He served as the commanding general of the U.S. Army in Europe. And Paul Rieckhoff is here as well. He is the host of the Independent Americans podcast and the founder and CEO of Independent Veterans of America. Priya, this reporting is amazing. Tell us about the 5 service members that you spoke with and why they want out of the military.
Yeah, Jacob, this was so interesting, especially because Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth continuously tries to boast about his record number of recruits joining the military. Well, it looks like we're seeing a record number of service members trying to get out of the military as conscientious objectors. And as you mentioned, I spoke to 5 of them. One of the service members who was deployed to Operation Epic Fury, which of course is the war on Iran, told me that they believed that they were being ordered to target and bomb civilian infrastructure, which is of course a violation of international humanitarian law according to the Geneva Accords. And when this service member tried to raise those concerns with their chain of command, they were repeatedly told that these were dual use pieces of infrastructure like bridges, which means they were used for both civilian purposes and military purposes. I also, by the way, Jacob, spoke to 2 service members who were deployed in support of Operation Southern Spear, which, as you remember, were those 60 boat strikes that occurred over the last year that killed about about 210 people. Those boats were allegedly carrying narco-terrorists and drugs into the United States. And those two service members told me that they also believe that there wasn't enough justification or intelligence that the people on those boats were in fact narco-terrorists, and they were very concerned that they were potentially killing innocent civilians and perhaps fishermen. So the violation of international law, the surging of civilian death tolls, including that girls' school in Minab, Iran, where we know that 150 schoolgirls were killed, and just this overall feeling, as you mentioned, Jacob, which you and I have talked a lot about this, like those service members on the USS Abraham Lincoln who were seeing their deployments extended, no clear end goal in sight, no strategy. They echo those sentiments as well.
General Hertling, I wanted to. Well, this conversation makes me think of a conversation that I actually had with a friend of mine who's a Navy veteran, and said that this person served in Operation Enduring Freedom, and this person and their colleagues believed in the mission that they were sent to carry out. And I think it's pretty simple. Those folks in the military want to feel like they're fighting for a reason, and it's a reason that they believe in, and they do not want to be told to break international law. Is that an oversimplification of what we're hearing in reporting there?
No, Jacob, not at all. That is spot on. And what I'll tell you is, reading Priya's piece and also the piece in the New York Times, there is so much under the wave tops on both of those articles, those great reportings by both of the people that did them. I'll do an anecdotal piece of evidence. During my 38 years serving in uniform, I had two individuals who submitted conscientious objector packets. They are very difficult to work through. These individuals have to talk to chaplains and lawyers and commanders and their chain of command. They have to provide proof in terms of letters. It is a difficult process to go through. So when you're talking about the uptick, as Priya reported, from 50 a year to 140 just since since the latest operation started, both in South America and also in Iran, it is gobsmacking to me. The other piece in the New York Times talks about the implications of moral injury, not only on the frontline troops, but even the ones that pull the trigger on long-range weapon systems, Patriot defense systems, the overworking of the air defenders. There is so much in those two articles that any military person could break down for you that is truthfully giving a very good state of our American military today. And there are concerns. I have concerns. I've talked to a lot of young officers, some NCOs, and a few senior officers, and they are all expressing the same things. And it goes back to one specific thing: a lack of communication between soldiers and their leaders, sailors and their leaders, the government and the citizens, and the government, the military, and the Congress. Those are the things that Clausewitz, an 18th century theoretician, said are required whenever you go to war: the support of the people, the leadership of the government, and the passion of the military. We're failing in all three of those areas right now in the conflicts we're executing.
And it's no wonder that the reporting that Priya has done over the course of the last several weeks about the mental health crises of the sailors and the airmen aboard the Lincoln has become part of the conversation around this. Paul, I want to read another interesting part of Priya's reporting about a person who runs a hotline help service to help members file as conscientious objectors. He said that unlike other times in American history when conscientious objectors were typically junior enlisted service members, many of his clients today have been in the military for more than a decade. They represent all enlisted and officer ranks up to major, and many have even attended service academies prior to their commissions. They've cited Operation Epic Fury and the attacks against drug traffickers in the southern sphere and the bombing of the Minab school in Iran in February as reasons for having a profound change in thought toward war. Well, your thoughts?
You know, I challenge maybe one central part of the piece when they say that the military is rudderless. It's actually not rudderless. There is a rudder, and it's the acting Secretary of Culture War, Pete Hegseth, who is driving that rudder through the military at whatever cost is necessary to execute what he and Trump want to execute in changing the military and eventually our entire culture. I've always said that Hegseth is the tip of the spear for the change they want in America and for the world. And you're seeing it at the military. And our troops have a conscience. They have character. They have ethics. And if you are black or a woman, or you don't like being on ships for 9 months, or you're against illegal wars, or you're against blowing people up for no reason. There's a lot of reasons to be uncomfortable and unhappy with this military and this leadership, but it starts at the top. And it starts with Hegseth, who has a total disregard for some of the most basic foundations of our military, to include the constant melding of our politics and our military. He's out stumping in Iowa for partisan political candidates while, our troops are suffering on the USS Lincoln. So this is a strategy. It's not accidental. And I think Hegseth is on strategy. And imagine how much further he would be if he wasn't screwing up all the time. I mean, he's on plan.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing exactly what Trump hired him to do, and what many of us warned he might do if he was confirmed.
Hey, straight facts, guys. Those are facts, man. Those are facts. So what do you want? Right? This is textbook stuff being laid out about the Secretary of War Crimes. I was against him from day one. He should have never been appointed. Right? The man was part-time. You cannot replace a 4-star general with a major who did the shit part-time with no command time. He got more time being over there on Fox News and being in fucking dressing rooms and, sedating and raping women than he did leading the soldiers. And it shows. Look how terrible this shit is. Look how terrible a job he's doing. And the problem is, if you follow moronic orders, man, you deal with that. Look, I get that for a lot of white Americans, racism is not a deal breaker. But fucking open corruption and sheer fucking incompetence should have been a deal breaker every time. Because you're not going to have the strongest military in the world when you got fucking morons there who are replacing skilled generals. He could never even see their fucking rank of a general. And now he over them? It doesn't even make sense, man. It's like a fucking episode of South Park. Just complete morons, man. Yeah, he really a DUI hire. And so there you go, man. The military is being degraded. The fucking economy is about to catch on fire with the dumb shit they're doing. All these dumbass trade wars and tariffs and all the rest of that. So it is what it is. All right, guys. If y'all want to jump in and join the conversation, let's get it. I'm going to push hard for these next 30 minutes, and we'll get up out of here. I got an excellent segment from last night. I'm going to bring that back again tonight. Let y'all hear portions of it from Border Police Watch. Damn good group who really just laid down an expert case against fucking Hegseth. Right? They really laid that shit out. All the dirt and lies he's been doing, how he got caught. Lying on soldiers, man. You go believe the soldiers. I'm going to believe the soldiers because I know soldiers going to speak the truth. Especially ones out there dealing with the shit. They do not care about service members. They're props. Just like black people, just like, blacks for Trumps, Hispanics for Trump, all of them are tokens. And tokens get spent. Yes, that's precisely why they want to dismantle the international court, because they are committing war crimes. If you leave people shipwrecked on a ship and you come back and strike that shit again while they're helpless, that is a textbook war crime outlined in the fucking manual Land of Law Warfare. They never gave a fuck about crimes, man, because Trump himself is a criminal. So how do you go put a criminal over the fucking military? They don't think that's just going to leak in there. That's the problem. That's the problem. Well, hey, man, let me help you out, man. Maybe you should go do some shots of fucking testosterone, because dumbass WikiLeaks fucking Hegseth thinks that if you inject yourself with testosterone, then it's going to make you a better soldier. Good luck, man. I guess he think that's a fucking super soldier serum, like Captain America. Fucking morons, bro. This is what happens. You got morons. You're not going to testosterone your way out this shit. You just not. and that shit don't help brain cells. It don't help develop natural leadership. So it is what it is. That's why you're dealing with that. Yeah, morons, man. They morons. They fucking morons, man. All right, let's get it. What up? Black Star, what's going on with you? What's good, Big Rig? Back up here, man. And on it again, man. Making these rounds before we hit fucking DC tomorrow and get up in this march.
Check this out, Rig. I had a whole full out full-blown fucking confrontation with 3 veterans, white of course, at the VA pharmacy. Security.
What the fuck?
Every goddamn body was gone.
They started shit.
Listen, I'm so damn serious. Rig, I couldn't even, you know how you go, you gotta get your ticket for the pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
You get your ticket because your doctor already have sent in your prescription. I come into the motherfucker, I can't even hear my number being called because this white hard NR was going the fuck off on the whole pharmacy staff. I said, listen, hey, I need you to calm it down. It got to be another way that you can handle this. Because right now, you're triggering the fuck out of me. And he said, who gives a fuck, bitch? Rig, when I tell you I ran up in that nigga face so quick.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, when you drop the bitch, that's it. All that shit out the window when you drop that. Hey, let me help you out, bro. Let me help you out, man. Because ain't nobody going back to Africa, dude. This is our country. We built this shit for free. So, y'all bitches, you should tuck a tail and run it. You can continue to do that. Right? You can continue to do that. We ain't going nowhere, man. Y'all been talking that go back to Africa shit since Lincoln. Eat a dick up. If you didn't want to see her, you shouldn't have been kidnapping and raping motherfuckers for centuries. This is our motherfucking country. Far more than it's yours. We've earned this shit. Fought for that shit. And we will fight more for it. We'll fight you for it. Yeah, they can talk all that shit. Listen, all y'all little dick demons got is the racism. You take away the racism, what you got? Not a goddamn thing. You can't match the military service. You can't match the rank. You can't match the deployments.
Can't do nothing.
You damn sure can't match the intellect. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? Y'all motherfuckers is stupid. If Trump is the best you got, America deserves to fail. If Pete WikiLeaks Hegseth, the fucking Secretary of War Crimes, if that's the best you got, you deserve what you're getting in the military right now. You deserve to get your ass kicked by Iran because you should have had your ass over there fucking with them in the first place. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't have no strategy. So cry harder about that shit. I always come in here and cry. I thought y'all motherfuckers was winning. Shouldn't you be out there doing victory laps in your fucking trailer park? Why the fuck are you crying so hard here? Hey, I see you out there. Jay, what up with you, bro?
What up, Rig?
Hey, you know, man, another day in it.
When I tell you I ran all 3 of them racists up out of there, they cleared the whole goddamn waiting room.
Good.
Because when the other 2 chimed in, I said the same energy I got for this motherfucker, I have it for your ass too. Fucking me, just abusing the staff. I mean, Rig, he was cussing out this, just going from 1 to 1. And we all know the VA has cut staff. Them people
exactly. Listen, I lost my care provider. Yeah, I had a care provider for 6 years and shit, man. They cut that shit. Because that's all Republicans do is fuck shit up and cut programs.
I showed them what that privilege was. They got their ass up out of there. And the security came for them. And my statement, and 3 of the pharmacy staff told me that they were so thankful that I advocated for them. I don't like fucking bullies. And then one had a nerve to tell me to say, you better be glad my wife won't here with me. Bitch, I would have drugged you and your goddamn wife up through this motherfucking pharmacy. What are we talking about here? I ran up in his face and then told him he was too fucking close to me. Get back. What up, y'all?
What up, Doc?
Look at these motherfuckers, entitled motherfuckers.
Listen, Trump got them bold, man. Trump got them bold. They be losing their mind now. They really think that they gonna make America great again.
Listen, Black Star, I got this bitch today at fucking clinicals. I had to leave the fucking floor because this bitch, she up here basically abusing the patient, motherfucking nasty bitch. So I couldn't go on the floor, and I go in a nurse's station. I introduced myself, and one of the nurses was like, "Oh, just let us know if you need anything," and this, that, and the other. So I asked them, could we see, I wanted to show the students the seclusion and restraint room. Okay, she opened up the door and was, let us in and this, that, and the other. And I had asked them, earlier that if they could find us a patient, I just needed one patient who we could talk to. And they said, okay, we'll find you one. Okay, around about maybe less than 30 minutes fucking later, this nasty bitch, she upset because the patient is acting out. She all rough with this patient, had grabbed the patient's arm real hard, and we was just looking at her. Then she also, so we in a nurse's station, and we just looking. This bitch push open the nurse's station, come in the nurse's station, push the chair back, and you heard the chair roll across the floor. And I was like, wow, what's wrong with it? This is the same bitch I ran into Sunday when I had to visit the unit. So I go up there Sunday to tour the unit. So I rang the bell. I told her who I was, and she said, well, we got something going on right now. Can you just wait a minute? And I said, okay. So, some other people were going into the door. They was like, oh, just come on in. This bitch come rushing. Oh, I asked you to stay outside. We got a lot of stuff going on the unit. I said, you know what, bitch? You may have some shit going on. I acknowledged her feelings, I understand, and I just, I ain't want to get into it with her. But today, when that bitch motherfucking just was nasty, I think I went back and I asked for the patient who we can talk to. So now her girlfriend that got in on her nasty shit. Oh, you can talk to that patient over there. And I said, oh, wow. So I looked at the patient and I was saying to myself, shit, we can't really talk to this patient because she looks like she, she's not lucid enough to talk. She rocking back and forth in her chair, got her legs folded, looking like she been basically drugged up out of her mind. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm going to go.
Hold on, Doc. Hey, I see you was talking all that shit, but ain't that your guy right there, fat as fuck? Right? So I know y'all not talking shit about saying somebody fat because look at fucking Trump fat ass. Or you think he really 215 pounds. See, that's why I say every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession. Nobody give a damn about y'all here crying and shit over here on YouTube. Look at that motherfucker. You voted for that shit? You got tattoos in your upper thigh meat and that sack of shit who cannot control his own bowel movements? Man, it's forever fuck Trump. That's what I say. Take away the white supremacy, and what do you demons have? You have nothing. Trump can't see me, you can't see me.
So what I did is, she was nasty to the students. She was nasty to me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to fix this bitch. I emailed my staff at at school and let them know that this bitch up here, you know, abusing the motherfucker.
Congressman Pat Ryan stared
Nasty towards me. And I was saying I had to leave the floor because if I wouldn't have left the floor, me and that bitch was going to have some words. Because I was going to, you know, just tell her, listen, you're not going to disrespect my students up here. You're not going to disrespect me. I don't know what your problem is, but you need some fucking help. She is a straight up demon. So I just let my people know, listen, she up here, she's snatching on patients' arms, she busting into the nurse's station, pushing chairs and just all off the motherfucking chain. Nasty bitches up there. Nasty. Now, Monday. Long story short, motherfuckers, we not taking your bullshit.
Straight up.
Okay?
Straight up.
Doing it.
Yeah, it's not happening, man. Listen, that's why I think a lot of these people got it fucked up. But listen, I'm gonna let y'all hear some of this thing I played last night and get y'all reaction to it because they're trying to prop up the Secretary of War Crimes, but it's not working, man. All the lies, all the shit he's been doing, it is coming back to bite him dead in his ass, man. So let's get it.
directly into the eyes of Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, the ghosts of 6 dead American soldiers standing in the heavy silence between them, and demanded his immediate resignation. This was not a moment of manufactured political theater. It was a searing, unavoidable collision between the polished rhetoric of a Washington hearing room and the brutal, unforgiving reality of a combat zone. The air in the chamber was thick with tension, every camera focused, every microphone capturing a confrontation that stripped away the bureaucratic shielding of the Pentagon. On one side sat a combat veteran with 2 Bronze Stars, a man who intimately understood the weight of life and death decisions made in the chaotic theater of war. On the other side sat a Secretary of Defense who had spent years cultivating a television persona built on the aesthetics of toughness, now fiercely attempting to dodge the devastating human cost of his own.
Yeah, it's called Border Police Watch, guys. Border Police Watch. Go look it up on YouTube. That's where this video is coming from. Border Police Watch.
Strategic failure.
Recognize the gentleman from New York, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Head wounds, heavy bleeding, and then just shrapnel all over. So folks are bleeding from their abdomen, bleeding from arms, bleeding from legs. Secretary Hegseth, do you know who said that?
I'm not sure I do.
It was one of our soldiers describing the devastating Iranian drone strike at Port Shuaibah, March 1st in Kuwait. As you know, 6 of our soldiers killed, over 30 wounded. Secretary, do you know the...
Hey, and if worse comes to worse, guys, if you can't find it, I will upload it in my Discord and you can just download it there. I'll upload the video or I'll drop the link in there. I'll drop the link in my Discord and then you can go get it. And then you can catch from there.
Range of the Shahed 136 one-way attack drone, approximately?
It depends on the variant, but it's got serious distance.
Several hundred miles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how far Port Shuaibah is from Iran?
There's a reason why we took it's extreme measures
I'm going to reclaim my time
protection because we understood the proximity challenges.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to reclaim my time. It's well under 100 miles. Before the war started, there was clear intelligence that Shuaibah was high on Iran's target list. Internal analysis had said the site was indefensible from aerial attack and should not be used. Yet you sent our soldiers from the 103rd Sustainment Command there anyway. Is that true or false? True or false? Straightforward question.
Are you going to give me a chance to answer or just play gotcha?
Did you send them there or not?
We took proactive measures from the beginning to ensure
my time.
Imagine sending soldiers to a fucking base that hasn't even been established. And you're supposed to be at war. And you don't even have the basics. We've been knowing about overhead cover since fucking Vietnam, bro. Bunkers. You would never even go occupy a place unless you out there building bunkers. We was literally fucking building, throwing sandbags together so you can have 18 inches overhead cover to protect you from fucking incoming fucking artillery rounds and whatnot. And this man sent him out there to go sit in a fucking trailer because Pete WhiskeyLeaks Hegseth has no fucking clue how to lead soldiers. He has no fucking clue, man. He is a fucking fake ass news host who has no fucking business being Secretary of Defense. That's why he sucks at it so badly.
And defensive posture were maximized across the theater.
Let's talk about what defenses they had. Prior to the attack, officers on the ground knew our troops were vulnerable. In fact, they requested additional force protection. Did they receive it?
Wherever humanly possible, force protection and counter UAS was always made available.
They did not. In fact, when asked to describe the base's defense, one survivor who's come forward from the unit said, quote, I would put it in the none category. From a drone defense capability, none. So let's be clear, no counter drone capabilities, no counter rocket systems, no counter mortar or counter artillery, not even the basic overhead protection that you and I had 20 years ago in Iraq, and now 6 of our soldiers.
To understand the magnitude of this confrontation, we have to look past the podiums and the suits and travel to a vulnerable stretch of land in Kuwait known as Port Shuwaik. This was the staging ground for a disaster that was entirely predictable and, according to the intelligence, entirely preventable. Before the commencement of hostilities, before the war even officially began, the United States military possessed clear,
Yeah, I had something I couldn't mute. There was some music going on. I had to drop it real quick.
unequivocal intelligence indicating that this specific port was perched high on Iran's target list. Internal military analyses had already been conducted and the conclusions were damning. The site was classified as completely indefensible from aerial attack. The recommendation was stark and unambiguous. It should not be used.
So, completely defenseless from aerial attack. Why would you use a base? Because this man is about getting drunk and throwing parties and he looks good in the camera. Please do not forget why Trump picked him. If you go look back in chapter 2 of regime change, he had a fucking 8 televisions out in front of him and they picked this shit like it was fucking The Apprentice. He picked people who looked good and was loyal to him. He picked Pete WikiLeaks Hegseth to be the Secretary of Defense because he liked the way he looked on camera and he liked the way that he advocated for Blackwater to be pardoned for their war crimes. That is how he got the fucking position. That's how he got the position. So you already started off with a man woefully unqualified to be Secretary of Defense. And really, Congress needs to be fucking tarred and feathered for even passing this bitch because they knew about the rape allegations. Very credible allegations. They knew about that then, and they did nothing. And that's why we're in this shit show right now. You got soldiers in body bags because this guy was completely incompetent.
Despite
Hey, what up, Jay?
Coming out lately that his wife is one of the main driving forces behind his decisions.
I don't doubt it. Don't he bring in her damn classified briefings and shit? Which is really stupid. How you gonna bring a civilian there? But like I said, all protocols out the window.
And of course, white women, they're a part of the reason where racism still exists. Because if they didn't like it, their husbands wouldn't be doing that shit.
Facts.
And they the first teachers of their children.
Yes.
Women are the first teachers of children.
Yep. And you seen the one that came at me, got her kids with MAGA hats on. And her little kid kept saying, and you're black. Yeah, and you're black.
And she probably called her mama a beat when she at home.
Of course.
Or out at the store. They don't care.
Yeah. No doubt, man. That's the hypocrisy is ridiculous with these demons. And so you can see right now that this entire regime, you got people who do not know what the fuck they're doing. RFK bringing back fucking diseases and can't even touch lettuce, man, because you know you scared you're gonna shit your pants and be out here. This is the type of stupidity we got to deal with because you put morons in charge of the country. The most anti-science administration in history. That's what people are saying from fucking academia. The most anti-science administration in history.
And it's not just lettuce. Now they got a whole list of stuff. Avocado.
Yep, I ain't touched none of that shit. Yes, it's a damn shame, man.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee, avocados, lettuce. lettuce, your creamers for your coffee,
blueberries.
Just the whole, yeah.
Fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. That the shit that y'all accept, man. Like, get these morons the fuck out of there. They lying about everything.
Yeah. Blueberries. I mean, you name it, you can't freaking eat it. And this bitch, and Hexel, he getting sued. And if they don't really being sued by one of them officers. And did you see what they did to that young man who went over the boat?
Yes, who went overboard. They're charging him with malingering. They're charging him with malingering, which is, listen, malingering and AWOL, which is berserk, right? How the fuck you gonna be AWOL if you try to check out? So it shows you, but that's because that's coming from the top, right? They want him punished. Malingering means you faking the injury. That's what malingering means. Old school shit. So if you're malingering, that means you've been. Listen, I know. I can tell you one thing. This the military has always been hard on anybody who gets hurt. They don't give a fuck if they see it as weakness. But to try to charge this man with malingering after you have all this shit being out there all this long time, like I said, it just shows you don't give a fuck about their sailors. Listen, they don't have to. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys, it's not like a regular court of law. All them officers got to do is say he's guilty and he's guilty. Yeah, because you don't have you can't get you especially some young ass Joe. You can't get no private attorney. All that shit is done in house, so they can do what the fuck they want for you. Especially coming from the top, they got political cover. They can just roast your ass up. See, he needed to be helped because they're out there in those conditions. No ship should be out there that long anyway. But this is why we're here, guys, because they put morons in charge. Yeah.
I need to get you back because you fucking told. That's all that is about.
Yeah.
Rotten bitches.
Because the ships got exposed, right? They lie about the family members, but they can't lie about all this. All this shit is coming back, man. Setting these soldiers up for failure, putting them in a place where it had no protection to get bombed. Listen, they struck so much shit. It was like, how the hell did you guys let these guys get so many hits in? Because they had no idea. Like I said, these guys are morons. And when you put morons in charge, you degrade your own military. You really degrade your own military.
It's like Lawrence O'Donnell said. They think they're in the Air Force One movie with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Where Harrison Ford.
Yeah, they're out here scrapping out. Yeah.
He unaligned everybody and saved himself and the day. Like, they tripping.
You know, me and my wife were talking about that whole thing with the beef coming out of Argentina that's contaminated. And, you know, people are like, oh, it's going to be on our shelves. No, it's going to get fed to prisoners. It's going to get fed to people that are in detainment. It's going to get, you're going to see these fast food restaurants pushing this shit so that it gets to the poorer population. Is where it's going to go. But mainly it's going to go to the prisons and it's going to go to the fucking detainment.
Well, they're trying to say it to Texas and fucking, they're already recalling it now because they had it in Texas and Florida. They already had a recall on it.
That shit's fucking, dude, did you see what that chemical does to you in that beef?
Yeah, I'm not fucking with shit.
That's chlor. They call it chlor. What is it? Methicol.
I ain't even gonna try to say that word.
It can mess with your your clotting factors. How you clot. It
produces bone marrow.
Yeah, and it messes with the red bone marrow. So it's gonna mess with your red blood cells. It's gonna mess with your white blood cells. That ignorant bitches. You know what? I can't stand these motherfuckers.
They morons, guys. They morons.
You see, they're slaughtering horses and mules. Where do you think that meat's gonna fucking go? Same fucking shit.
They gonna ground that up for hamburger. You know what? This shit is just fucking.
It's gonna be to a point where you gotta just cut them off. You gotta deal directly with your local people.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to be locked in with your local people, man. Get your shit, man. Cut out the middleman.
Have a mutual aid.
Oh yeah, I mean, we know our aids are good.
I mean, this is a damn shame, you know? And this shouldn't be allowed to fucking go on. Why is this continuing to go the fuck on like this?
Yeah, I know my eggs are good out of my quail because I go get them every morning. So them motherfuckers are good.
I know that's right. Hey, how's your niece doing, Jay?
Niece, daughter.
Yeah, daughter.
I'm sorry, your daughter. That's right. How's she doing?
She started college. She's doing good. She's getting used to it. She's adjusted. It's taking her some time.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
She really adjusted.
Getting a car set up for her. So she'll have her car. She'll have a car to use. And once we gotta get some more paperwork done and get her in Deers, and it'll be freaking golden.
Oh, that's you know what? I'm glad to hear that, Jay.
Yep.
That's a blessing. Have a normal.
Hey, you guys rallied, man. We raised over $500, man, in that couple hour period, man. We did damn good with it.
Yeah, excellent. You gotta remember, my house was just boys, so the bedroom was a boys' bedroom. We had to fix that for her, and so that a lot of that money that gave her some money to a little bit of money to spend, but it also got her. It's a girl's bedroom now. I'll tell you what.
Decorated for her. Yeah.
She's it's her bedroom.
Yeah.
She's adjusting. It's hard. I mean, she spent 3 years bouncing around, and she's got a. I told her today. I was like, you're a strong young black woman who's got power. I was like, you take your power back, and you know that you're supported and you're loved here, and that you don't have to ask me to sit down at the table, because she asked me that. And I was like, no, don't ask me. You don't need to ask me to sit down at your table. It's your table. This is your house. It's our house. Don't. You've got power here. You've got the respect of us, and we're happy you're here. So it's good, man. It's good. It's good. She's starting.
I'm glad she's talking to you and opening up. That is
Hey, that's mutual support right there, guys. You see it in action, mutual support. Coming together to help other people out.
That's right. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
This how we win, guys. This how we win.
That's how we win, and that's all we got. We ain't got nothing else. We have to depend on each other.
Yes.
That's right. Get our kids educated, because that's what they don't have.
All we got. That's all I can say is that we are all we got.
Yep.
Because these motherfuckers out here don't give a fuck, and they showing you just how much they don't. And I'm just still shocked that nothing is occurring. Why the motherfuckers ain't out of office? Why these bitches ain't being dragged out for the shit they motherfucking doing? Unaliving people all out the street and all up in them damn camps and having them women go in one way and coming out another way. What the fuck?
When a detainee, if she's underage and they rape her and she's pregnant, they move them all to the same location now. They're pushing them all into one detainment facility.
So they can just go in and do what they want to do when they want to do it.
Openly corrupt, guys. Yeah. When you tell people they got absolute immunity, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Violation of your civil rights, violation of the law, because they figure they do whatever the fuck they want to do.
You know how they lose people in that system? What they'll do, it's real simple what they do to get somebody permanently lost in the system. They'll change a couple letters in their name.
Damn, they so rotten. Damn, Jay, that's so rotten.
You'll never fucking find them. There's over 300 people missing in the system. At least.
No doubt, man.
I can't even think of what's happening to their babies. Because Republicans don't give a shit about babies after they're born. They just care about them in the womb because that's their power.
Listen, we know that there's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna have to happen, man, when it gets dark. Yep.
It's dark, man. It's dark, getting darker. It's fucking bad.
And so we gotta be ready, man. We gotta be ready because they're gonna do whatever they can to cling on to power.
Yeah. I mean, that Project 2025, that the current chapter we're in, they want at least 300,000 people to die, to starve to death, at least. And they've already increased food insecurity by so much.
Of course.
Millions.
Look at they lost 700,000 people just by cutting USAID, right? Worldwide, 700,000 people gone because of those cuts. Just to be dirty as hell.
It's getting worse.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna get worse. Then they're like, "Oh, hey, Nepal, we'll help you any way we can." Bullshit, we ain't gonna help. Nothing.
Nope, they gonna do shit. It's all lip service.
Shit. They can't feed our own fucking kids at school. They ain't gonna do shit.
Man, this is a sad situation. No, they ain't gonna do shit. The damn kids running around here with these damn communicable damn diseases and shit.
Yep.
You know what? What the fuck? How we go from eradicate a damn disease to it just full blast? Oh, you know, just
Anti-science and anti-vaxxers, fucking spread necks. That's how you get it. A lot of these fucking religious zealots, they think they can go pray that shit away, man. And they bring that shit right back. Screwworm and all sorts of dumb shit. Cutting funding. Like I said, they're bullshit.
So what was it, last week? I don't know. I don't know if it was China. I think it was China or Russia. I don't know who. Somebody hacked into a major city's water department. They didn't do anything, but they showed that they could do it.
Yep. I'm not surprised, man.
see?
I'm not surprised.
It's easy to fuck up. It's easy to fuck up the water supply.
No words. No words.
Jasmine rice. God damn it. They better not take out brown rice because that's about the only rice I can eat. That's bullshit.
You know, it's a bunch of shit, guys, and this is where we are. Unfortunately, we told people to go. Listen, all this was predicted. It was all predicted. It was all there, and they went anyway. So now we got to deal with it. Now we got to do shit the hard way. But listen, they are right. It's that they are working against it. They want. Listen, these guys make money during collapse. Do you understand that? That's the strategy. When COVID struck, man, we lost 1 million people. 125 people became billionaires. So don't forget that shit. They know that they could do more dirt in a moment of crisis and these fake ass emergencies. That's why he's always trying to claim emergency powers. Because you can do more shit faster without less red tape. They're all about that shit. They're all about, remember, they make more money when shit's collapsing. People could get losing their homes. They go snatch that shit up. And so everyone's got to be ready, man, because if shit really implode, every economist knows, man, once that wealth gap gets too much, societies crumble. Once motherfuckers say, fuck that money, that shit don't matter. Now it's over with. Now you got to have the goods. Now the dollar workers, America's already buying its own debt. All the red flags are there. They're buying their own debt because no one else is touching it in the world. And what you go balance against? No, not the gold. What you go balance against? The oil? No. So it's setting itself up, man, for disaster. And this is, listen, self-inflicted. You put motherfuckers in there who bankrupt everything else. Everything Trump turned to shit. Look at the chaos he did the first time he was in office, and they forgave all that. And now they put him back in there again. So hey, guess what? You want more of the same. I don't feel no sympathy for these farmers. If your dumbass voted for Trump after 1,000 farmers lost their job, then clearly you don't need your farm either.
What's the column just called? He on TV called that motherfucker the madness of Donald Trump. Lord Cosano eat his ass up.
Yeah.
He said that motherfucker is
Yeah, I played one of the segments earlier, man. Listen, this is where we are, man. It's really a damn shame that the country let it get to this point. He should have been arrested and in prison a long time ago. A clear felon, no matter what else you say. He ate them 34 charges. They forgave all that shit, gave him king powers, and put him back in there so you can do as much crime as you want. And so that's what's happening now. Listen, he stole billions. I told you I got the tracker up there. Damn near $3 billion and counting. And we know he's just setting up far worse than that. For his family, all that shit. The crooked ass Kushners. Open corruption, man. They don't give a fuck. So we have got to fight at every level. Yes, that whole crypto scam. Look how many people we burned that crypto scam. We burned the fuck out of people in that crypto scam.
Oh shit, Lawrence O'Donnell just called his ass stupid, as well as his supporter stupid.
Well, they've been morons. Listen, he's not wrong there. They've been morons.
Ass up.
Guys, they've been morons for a minute. So
I just don't understand. I don't understand the military. Those men just going along with that shit and letting them fuck over their servicemen that work along with them. That should tell them a whole fucking lot. I turn on that bitch. I would completely turn.
well, listen, they firing all the generals, right? Anybody who pushed back, they fire them. So that's what happened when you let corrupt motherfuckers run crazy. Hegseth has got to be removed and fucking charged for war. He's a war criminal, period.
Yeah,
he's a war criminal.
I don't understand why he don't think he have to, like, if you're going to be doing something to somebody, you know they're going to retaliate. Why aren't you making sure your people going to be okay?
They don't give a fuck.
When that happens.
They don't give a fuck about them people. They care about one person, Trump. They care about kissing Trump ass, and they're weak.
They terrible motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's why I say, you think I let my son serve in this shit show?
Terrible
Fuck
demons. He's a motherfucking terrible demon.
no. Yeah. So.
No. Oh, hell no. So the judge temporarily blocked his mail ballot rule. So the judge blocked his ass temporarily, at least.
I thought the Supreme Court overruled that shit.
So you know what's happening? So the judges is basically saying, you know what, fuck that. You know what's going on? It's a battle in the justice system. You know, with that raggedy ass Supreme Court and some of these federal judges.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just going to push him towards martial law.
Listen, they're already doing it. They're already martial law. It's already martial law in a lot of these red states. It's martial law in D.C. Look at it. The fucking guard out here arresting people and shit. So it's all kind of dirt going on.
Yep.
So we know what they want, but they don't have that martial law shit. They don't have the manpower to do it nationwide. They just don't.
No. But if he declares a national emergency, he can shut the fucking polls down.
He can try to, man. I think that shit's go. He can declare what he want, man. I know I'm voting no matter what. I don't care how many Proud Boys I got to cut down.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. So it's gonna be what it is. We going through come hell or high wire. If we want to seize voting stations, then we seize their heads. Period. Either way, I'm cool with it. Yeah, we give them hell, man. Give them hell.
I gotta drop, man. It's late for me.
Yeah, it's late, period, man. I gotta get ready. I gotta get up early in the morning, guys, because that rally is at 9 a.m. and I want to be boosting the ground a little earlier. So, hey, guys, I will be going live from DC at this rally, at this defend the March vote with Al Sharpton. So we will be out there. I'll be reporting live out there, guys.
Right.
And, yeah, it's jumping off, guys. So I will be reporting from the field. I will see you guys out there. They say about 9. I jump as soon as I can get a place to go live. I'll go live and let y'all see it. Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably be live, probably slightly before then. Hey, much love for you, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Power to the people, everybody.
All right, much love.
All right.
Power to the people.
All right, let's get it. Much love, Union Gang. And remember, whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy.
1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elm, the Castle, and Bonny, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned through more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell, the chains, and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo.
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.